Time is 3:30 in the afternoon. Thanks for joining the stream. So it's a different kind of stream today. Assuming that it's a different time zone, and the regulars would know that I usually stream in the evening. Today's guest is a little bit special. So this is Grand Void Daoist. I actually didn't really know who Grand Void Daoist was before this, like a long time ago. So it's just a recent thing. But he kindly agreed to join this stream, which is why today we're gonna take a look at grand novels, Grand Void Taoist. Right, let me just give a brief introduction on who he is and what he does. Feel free to comment in the chat. Feel free to let him know hi. So Grand Void Taoist actually has a website. I don't know if you guys know, it's grandnovels.net. So he is a fantasy author on web novel. And these are some of the works that he has done so far. So you can see all these animation particles and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. So these are the reviews as well. You can check this out. So this is his bio. He's Grand Void Dawi, is a web novel author and has been reading web novels for about 12 years now and has been an editor for well over 4 years. So his main genre is fantasy, although he focuses more on Eastern fantasy. He has 3 original works. Check them out. These are all his links, his Patreon, his email, his Instagram, which I have over here. So if you don't mind, you can check it out and subscribe at the same time. So this is, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Okay? Right, so today, this is Grand Void Daoist profile. I think this logo is actually new currently. These are some of his works, and the one that we're going to be talking about today is going to be Epic of the Demon Sage. So I'd like to check if he is currently available for the call. Yeah, he's still busy. It's okay. I talk too fast. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I will try to slow it down. Hello, Water. Hello, Shrek. Shrek. Who is Shrek? The Shrek version 2. You guys are interesting. Hey, Mari. Yeah, see y'all. Is this time actually better than the 9 p.m. slots that I usually do? Like, Luna. Okay. I am very confused. You guys don't have the same names that you use everywhere, so switch account for this. Okay, I see. So it's like for meme purposes. Okay, very good. All your usernames are going to be up here, captured on the side panel of my stream. So Voidy actually shared with me something really interesting. He said that his new PC is arriving. Kind of arriving. But then after that, it was delayed because of COVID and whatever not. So yeah, the shipment's been delayed. And the PC specs are kinda dope. I don't know PCs much, but I think it's a gaming PC, which kinda means it's expensive and it should be powerful. Eric, why are you laughing? Yes, it's great for writing. If I'm not wrong, Voidy actually uses Scrivener, which I don't know how to use currently. Like, I have to watch tutorials and stuff. Like, how to use Scrivener for writers. Then I realized Scrivener is not like Google Docs. You can't transfer it to a different computer and work from stations. And yeah, like I'm a cat. I go everywhere. Like I go to my friend's house, I go outside, I go to like, libraries, and I use the computers there. And Scrivener is not an online save thing. Google Docs is. I don't really know. If it's not for COVID, you'd see me at McDonald's, you see me at Starbucks, you see me at a lot of places except for home, like writing my stuff. Yes, Scrivener is kind of difficult, but I heard that it's also extremely effective when it comes to planning and plotting. So if you are a penster, then yeah, maybe that's not for you. But if you're a plotter like me, that's absolutely fantastic. Adding yaoi to the novel, which one? I'm a yaoi writer. I write yaoi. I'm a yaoi writer, so yeah, I write yaoi. I use Inkstone, yes. I originally joined web novel because of this. But they don't have autosave, and I've been a victim of that for like a few times already. Not gonna lie. So yeah, this is my profile. As you can see, the first one over here, Time Course Academy, is full yaoi for the yaoi fans. And I write fan fictions, which this year's target is to go back to writing my yaoi fan fictions. Going back to KHR, going to write my Kiribaku, gonna write my Shizaya, gonna write all my, yeah. I did one recently, this one. It's a SVSSS verse, so Scumbag Villain Saving System. Yeah, for those of you who know, this is the one. Right, so enough of me. Grim Void is online. Hello, Voidy.
Hello there. I am finally back.
Welcome back. And welcome to the live stream. You have a bunch of viewers.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, I
Okay,
know.
well, hello everyone.
Okay, would you like
Uh,
to...
yes?
Do you use Scrivener? I just want to ask.
Yeah, I use Screener. It's pretty good. Like, I can't do without it now anymore. I've gotten so used to it, I don't think I can ever go back to Word.
Oh, I
Even Google
see.
Docs seems like meh.
But Scrivener doesn't like port over, right? It's not a cloud thing. It doesn't save on cloud. It's a
No,
local
it's an
thing.
it's a licensed application. So if you have multiple devices, you will need multiple of them
Oh,
basically.
damn. Okay.
Yeah. But
Right.
it's good for organization. Like if you have too many characters, multiple plot points that you need to reference multiple times,
Mm.
you can divide it accordingly and then use it.
Sounds handy. Sounds really handy.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so would you like to? I have brought your profile up. I have done the introduction for your website and your Instagram. So we have three original works on your web novel profile. I can see
yes.
that you are a reader as well. You like 293 books, 320 hours of reading. That's a lot. You have.
It probably is way more than that, like easily in the thousands. But they only started recording it like last year in October.
Oh damn. Okay. Wow. Also, how did you
Yeah.
get Extension Island as your?
I think it's in the settings. You
There
can actually
is.
select Ascension Island.
That's not even a
An
real
interesting
place.
fact: Ascension Island is located uh, near Africa and near the coast of Africa, and in World War One, it was one of the supply points for the British Army, and it is also one of the first places where the international transmission cable, the underwater cable, was laid from. It's the transport point.
I am so shook. It is a real place.
Yeah, it's an actual place.
I should do that. I should change it as well. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's a very small island. It has a volcano, some beaches, and some flora and fauna.
Mm. I might have to Google that. Is Singapore bigger or smaller than Extension Island?
Oh, it's bigger. Ascension Island is like 20 square kilometers or something.
Oh, I see, I see. Okay. So you have three works. Which is your very, very first work?
Oh, Walker of the Worlds is my first work and the main book of the entire thing.
Main book.
Yeah,
Why do you say
the other
main
one,
book?
because it like most of the information, because all my books are based in the same world, like the book verse, and
Ah,
the other books will be branches of it in the same universe, and will have references to the main book, and vice versa too.
I see. Okay. So would you like to give us an overview on how this main book first works?
Yeah, sure. So, Walker of the if you start with Walker of the Worlds, it's set. It's the main storyline, set in the present present of the universe, of my book course, of course. And the way it starts is that my main character, he finds a ring that has been passing over through the space. Basically, I call it the void. While Rise of the Worm Sovereign is set a few million years before the story of Walker of the Worlds, but because the MC of the Rise of the Worm Sovereign transmigrates from the real world, he actually goes back in time.
So kind of like
And
sci-fi-ish timeline.
uh, it's like I'll have to make an entire chart if I want to give a like an accurate description of it.
Okay. Very interesting idea. Is this where your writer name came from, Grand Void?
Actually, the writer name was given to me by back when I used to work for a website called Christian Translations. I was an editor for them. So
Mm.
the admin of the site, he basically gave every one of us names, and that was a name that was assigned to me, and I just kept it since then.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty cool reason for like how your pen name came about.
Yeah, I thought I may as well keep it, and I liked it too. So just
Mm.
maintain it since then.
Very true. Okay. So shall we take a look at Epic of the Demonic Sage? So this is a
Yes,
spirity created entry, like specially for
yes, it is.
spirity. Okay. Right.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so would you like to tell us a little bit more about this cover picture? Is this like a I don't think this is a ripoff. Is this a ripoff? No, right? Is it
It's a
original?
stock image. It's a
Stock
stock
image.
image.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I saw you edit animations and all that kind of fun stuff to your
Yeah,
Instagram.
that was done by my very good social media manager, Tickle My Pickle or Indian Tech Support. That's what he goes by.
Okay. All right. Would you like to take us
Yeah.
through the synopsis?
Oh yes. So as you can see, uh, should I just read it off straight away?
Yeah, you can.
That would be good. Yeah. So uh, let's go. Lucius was a man born to a pair of lowly servants that worked for the great demon-worshipping Barom clan. Growing up in the harsh conditions of the Barom clan, where magic and power reigned supreme, he weathered through humiliation and schemes, knowing that he wanted to be the oppressor and the oppressed. He began his conquest. Not averse to betraying or scheming, Lucius made use of his allies as mere pawns to be sacrificed. Learning that a powerful artifact lost eons ago was hidden in an ancient ruin, Lucius betrayed and sacrificed one of his closest people, his lover, without hesitation. But he didn't know that fate had a different plan for him. An artifact he had yearned for would send his soul hurtling across the cosmos, forcing it into the broken body of a young man called Asher Inanus. Coming to his senses, he finds the world to be completely different, where the magic of his previous world did not exist, but what did was gifts. Witness how he learns about the world, gains power, and reigns supreme against all odds, becoming a demonic sage.
Thank you. All right, so
There we go.
we see some text here. So I see smart protagonist, ruthless MC, scheming protagonist, and clever MC. So is there a little
Yes.
bit? These are kind of spoilers, right?
Not really, because you can see it right from the first chapter, so you'll get
Okay.
that pretty
All
quickly.
right. Okay. So let's get into the first chapter. So Seeker of Fate.
Ah, yes, Secret of Fate. And it's there. So I'll start reading it.
Sure.
And Seeker, Chapter 1, Seeker of Fate. How much further do we have to go? We won't last long if this keeps happening. A man's tired and slightly painful voice spoke. Roy is right, Lucius. We have been here for nearly a week now, and still haven't reached the end. Our rations are already running low, and the mana here is getting more and more unstable. A woman spoke with concern, looking at the man who was busy reading through a notebook. The man looked up from the book, and one could see the frustration on his face for a moment. But as soon as he sensed the gaze of the woman on his face, he calmed down and a smile appeared on his face instead. It shouldn't be far. Look, the man said as he pointed up at the roof. The woman looked up along with 5 other people that were there. Huh? What is there? Tell me, guys. I'm the only one who can't see in dark here, spoke a short man who was wearing a vest packed with pockets. Meanwhile, the eyes of the woman and the other 3 people glowed faintly as they tried to read the carvings on the roof. The woman squinted as she found herself unable to recognize the words. It's an ancient Akkadian. Michael, can you translate it? The woman asked another man who looked to be wearing a pair of square glasses and a utility belt. Of course I can. Even if Lucian here is the best researcher, I'm still the expert at ancient history, Michael said as he adjusted his glasses. We know. Just read for us now, please. A muscular and tall man that was wearing an armor spoke. O seeker of fate, you've come far and survived the trials. For this you deserve the reward. But know this, that what you seek may not be seeking you. Michael translated with furrowed brows. A silence descended in the dark corridor as the people tried to understand what the words meant. There was darkness everywhere, and a normal person would not be able to see anything. But this was not the problem for the people here, for they were no commoners, but rather the members of the great Barom clan. The Barom clan was one of the 5 great powers of the world of Revelia, but that wasn't all, for the members of the clan were all demon worshippers and sourced their magic from hell. Channeling the demonic energies of hell, they could use demonic magic. This made them the enemy of nearly half of the world, but they had great power, and even after thousands of years they stood tall and unyielding. If anything, the endless wars and battles had only made their people more strong. And these people were here in the ruins. And the people that were here in the ruin were not the common members of the clan, they were amongst the topmost candidates that were chosen as captains. Each and every one of them had different specialties that they were experts in. But unlike the other 4 people, Lucian was not a true blood, as they were called. No, rather he was of low birth, having servants as his clan. Yet against all odds and defeating hundreds of others, he had reached his current position. I need to hurry up, or they will figure out the truth. Thankfully, the next chamber should be the right one, but I still need to pick the sacrifices, Lucian thought as he secretly glanced at the 4 members of his team. He couldn't help but remember the joy he had felt upon finding the document that pointed to the location of the artifact. Lucian also found it to be extremely ridiculous that the clues to the amulet that the Baram clan had been searching for had been hidden right under their noses. The true bloods of the clan were far too proud and would never lower themselves to check the libraries of the Servants' Academy. The Servant Academy was where the new servants of the Bahram clan were trained and educated. Each and every adult servant of the Bahram clan was required to produce at least 10 children in their lifetime. The Bahram clan had a large requirement for servants, as they were pretty much used as disposable people. From assassinations to sexual pleasure, the uses for servants were endless. Lucian too had been trained in everything that had been required of a servant, and it was during this time at the academy that he had found out about the relic. He had been planning this for about 15 years now, and finally it was coming to fruition. Wait a minute. Now that you have all seen, let us head further. No need to waste more time, Lucian said. Wait a minute. I don't know about you, but that thing written there sounds like a warning, the man named Roy stated. So what? Lucian asked as he grasped Roy's shirt. Did a true blood like you turn a coward now? The expression of others turned tense as they saw the conflict. Lucian, control yourself. We can't afford a fight right now. We need everyone's ability to get back out, the woman urged while trying to hold him back. Listen to me, Lucian. I don't want to go back empty-handed either, the muscular man added. Lucian tightened his grip on Roy's shirt as smoke started coming out of it. Fine, but one more word and burn that heart of yours out. You all agreed on this beforehand. I want no more pointless words, he said, while letting go of Roy's shirt, which now had a hole with singed edges on it. A tactful silence was followed by everyone as they continued onward. The path in front of them was narrow and a deep chasm could be seen on both its sides. There were no railings or borders to the path, thus if anyone made a mistake, they would fall to their death. While walking, Mira stared at the back of Lucian with a complex expression. She bit her lips slightly before letting out a sigh. Hopefully we'll be able to marry once his rank rises, she muttered to herself. A gentle smile appeared on her face as she secretly rubbed her stomach. I wonder how he'll react later, she thought. Meanwhile, Lucian, who was completely unaware of Mira's thoughts, was focused on the wall that had appeared in front of them, making them stop. What now? Michael questioned. Just wait and watch, Lucian stated before walking up to the wall. His fingers glowed in yellow light as he started writing on the wall with it. Everywhere his fingers went, yellow letters were left behind. But the writing seemed to be complex and the characters confusing. The mind of others. No, it can't be, Mira muttered under her breath. And there we ended.
Yay! How does the chat find it? Someone said, Relaxing Musing said, EODS Chapter 1, hella good.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, I see that you actually have some comments here. So, do you not reply to comments?
Oh, I do. Most of them are from my group, so I like my Discord server. So I either comment or reply them there. Oh, you
Ah,
mean on YouTube?
no, on the web novel itself, because Nix161
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
I do.
interesting. Very interesting. Dokai was the one leaving paragraph comments all the way through, so I was taking a look at it. It's like barbaric, it
Yeah,
turned dark, 10 children.
yeah. Some of the comments I don't answer to are either spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would end up revealing spoilers, so I avoid answering them, or like I answer them at a later time when the spoiler has actually been revealed.
I see. Interesting. Okay, so how do you find this work that you created? Was it tough to make it?
Uh,
Cause
yeah, it was like I made 13 different drafts, 13 different stories, and I picked this one out of them. I wrote it. I wrote the first chapter, like rewrote it like 16 times before I finally got to the one that I wanted.
this chapter 16 times.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. So you drafted the whole thing, like the plots and all, before you did it, or you just ran off the mill?
I had like 16 story idea, no, 13 story ideas, and I was trying to see which one would work the best for Spirity.
Mm.
And I saw what the current trends were, and seeing as it were, I thought that Epic of the Demonic Sage would work the best.
So how is it so far? Is it doing good?
It, oh yeah, it's doing good. Like people like it. The
Mm-hmm.
only problem is I haven't had time to update as much as I want to.
Ah, you're trying to go for daily, right?
Yeah, daily updates. Right now I'm
Mm.
only at like 3 to 4 updates a week.
That's decent. That is
My
decent.
regular is like 2 chapters a day, so I need to get up to that mark.
I see. Okay. So on that note, let's take a look at the chat. All right, guys, what do you guys want? You guys want another chapter? Okay, so he has to take a call at the moment. So let me entertain you guys by reading the next chapter. Okay, Voidy, go ahead. All right, so chapter 2, EODS, beginning of the conquest. 5 minutes passed. 5 minutes passed by as Lucien kept on writing. The letters were now changed to constructs as he started making some diagrams on the wall as well. While the others didn't know what he was writing as it was beyond the purview of their knowledge, they could very well see that it was a spell construct. The only person here, other than Lucien, who could somewhat understand what he was writing, was none other than Mira. While she wasn't an expert like Lucien, she knew about a quarter of what Lucien had learned. Even Lucien was unaware that Mira had learned this secretly. She still remembered the day clearly when they had first met. It was the second assignment that she had been sent on, and it had been 12 years since then. It was similar to one that they were doing right now, except with much lower risk and proper supervision from the higher ups of the clan. Lucien was the only one who was not a true blood in that group, and thus received the usual treatment of a lowborn. Mira could not be bothered with what others did and only kept to herself, focusing on the mission, which was the retrieval of a few tomes that have been stolen. Lucien's position in the team was that of a researcher and would be the one to verify the authenticity of the tomes. The other people in the group were not pleased that a mere lowborn would be given the position of a researcher and despised him, taking advantage and bullying him every chance that they got. But Lucien was not one to take it without fighting back either. He didn't directly fight them though. No, that would be stupid. The others were not only much stronger than him, but also had a higher rank. While the Baron clan was a place where the strong thrive and suppress the weak, they still had a set of rules that they followed. Blindly fighting and eliciting enmity would only lead to their doom. One such rule was that while might was right, the clan was still the highest priority. Thus, during missions, while they could bully Lucien, they couldn't straight up kill him no matter how they wanted that. Neither could they injure him nor greatly cripple him. Lucien knew these things clearly and took his revenge cleverly, or rather, one could even say, effortlessly. What Lucien did was merely not informing them about danger that was in front of them. They had casually walked into an area filled with traps, and all those that had opposed him had come out injured, except for one, Mira. He pretended as if he had only discovered the trap after it was activated and blocked it when it was about to harm Mira. It was from that day that she started noticing him. Eventually, they went on more missions, and she realized what a smart man he was, while also being ruthless. She was, after all, a Baron woman, and there was no way she would reject a quality like that in a man. Eventually, they got closer and closer, and Lucien opened up to her, revealing his plans to her. She knew that he had been looking for the lost amulet of Baron. It was said that it came from the great demon King Baron himself, whom the clan was named after. But there were very few people that even believed that the amulet existed, and only considered it to be a myth now. In the past, hundreds of missions had been commissioned to find this amulet, but not one had come close to it. Yet, an unassuming lowborn like Lucien had discovered the clue to it. That too, right under their noses. It had been with the Baron clan all along. Still, just this clue was not enough. They needed to find a lot more documents to cross-reference the location of the amulet. Then, they had to find more documents to verify those documents. It was nearly an endless cycle of repetition that spent 15 years. Most people would have given it long ago. Most people would have given it long ago and would have just accepted it that it didn't exist and that the clue they found was merely a mistake. Yet, Lucien believed it completely, and it was with the unyielding personality of his that made Mira fall into love with him. It was during that time to read those documents Lucien had to learn a lot of ancient languages and dialects along with spell scripts. To help speed up the process and to give him a surprise, Mira had started learning them on her own. But before she could even reach half of his level, he had already completed his research and had found what he needed. It was a rather bittersweet moment for Mira, as the surprise she had been preparing for Lucien was wasted. But she was also happy that he found one of the final clues. The true goal of this mission was only known to Mira and Lucien, with the others being in the blind about it. They had only been told that they were here for some lost relics and not for the amulet of Baron himself. That is why Mira was so shocked upon seeing what was written on the wall. It was a complex spell construct that combined multiple spell scripts, but the only thing she recognized was the name Evalos. This was none other than the true name of the man called Roy. True names were assigned to every true blood members of the clan at birth and were their source of power. It was their link with hell, and each of them was named after a fragment of a demon's true name. By doing this, they would be able to channel demonic energy and mana, allowing them to use demonic magic. This was what this was what made the Baram clan one of the strongest in the world. But Mira didn't know how Lucienne knew the true name of Roy. Even she only knew that name because Roy was technically her cousin by birth. Then she saw the other two names that were written next to it in a triangular construct. She couldn't read the other two, but knew that they were the true names as well, belonging to Michael and Luke. Okay, so Voidy, you back?
Yep, I'm here.
How was it?
It was the delivery guy.
Are they coming
It just got.
today?
They're sending the monitor today, but I think I'll have to go and pick it up.
Ah, oh,
PC will arrive in like 2 or 3 days, probably.
okay. So at least you can set up the monitor first.
Yeah, that would be good.
Mm, true that. Okay, for all the people in the chat that I didn't look at while I was reading, yes, none of my business. I see you changed your name. So, yes, the chat is free for you to chat in. That's why it's called a chat. Chapter 2, Mari is loving it. Thank you. This goes to Void. And then,
Thank you, Mari.
yeah, so poor woman falling for an evil MC. I, I don't think that.
Yeah, the woman isn't really poor. She's she's pretty strong and ruthless herself in a way.
I think they wouldn't be harmed in that sense. Is she the female lead of this story, or is this story a no romance kind of story?
Oh, if you see the uh, more 3 more chapters, you will see her end.
That was fast. It's a high and by exit kind of thing. Okay,
The novel's female lead isn't really introduced yet,
not yet. Okay, so we know there is a female lead coming up.
but not majorly because the story will focus on the MC himself, and there's basically no romance.
Very good. We need more no romance works. I am so sick of harem works. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
I think harem works kind of ruin the adventure and whatever plot that the main character is going through. But that's my personal
yeah.
view.
This one doesn't have harem either.
Hey, men of culture, yay.
It's mostly just a self-centered MC.
Very good. Self centered MCs, you get to see more of themselves.
Hmm.
Okay, so.
That's true.
Oh, why is this not loading now? ちょっと. Nande?
It is.
It's not loading? Okay, never mind. I was about to see like 3 more chapters where the end is. Lady, where did you
Oh, you can
die?
click on the icon there,
What?
to the side, the 3 lines, and you can get the 3 lines above the gear icon, and you can
I
go to the
know.
next one.
It is not working. ダメです
Oh, just
よ。
refresh the page then.
なんで? Ah, okay. Which one was it? It was chapter uh 5, 6? Is it?
Uh, oh wait, let me actually check properly. Yeah, it's chapter 5 where you can see her
Hmm?
end.
Betrayal. Oh, how sweet. Death we do you part. Famous last words. Do you want to read this chapter before we kind of
Sure.
wrap it up?
Yeah, you can read it.
Okay, please take it away.
Betrayal. Okay, I'll start it. Mira had never expected Lucius to say something like this. She knew what he meant by this. He was letting her take hold of the amulet first. Just from this, Mira couldn't help but feel her love deepen for Lucius. She knew how much this entire ordeal meant to Lucius. It was his 15 years of work, his only goal in life, his very conquest. For him, it was everything to obtain this amulet. Yet, he was allowing her to get it first. He trusts me so much. willing to sacrifice even this, Mira thought to herself. She smiled gently as she looked at the amulet of Baron that was manifesting in front of her. The amulet in question was rather mundane looking. It didn't even have a peculiar shape. It was a plain circular amulet that didn't even have any inscriptions on it. Had it not been for the massive amount of demonic energy contained within it and the fluctuations coming from off it, Mira would have doubted that it was the mythic artifact that the Baron clan had been looking for. Who would have thought that something so powerful would be so ordinary looking? Mira muttered as she extended her hand towards the amulet. A humming sound was heard as Mira's hand held onto the amulet of Baron. She could instantly feel the demonic energy pouring into her body, restoring its stores of magic and also healing the injuries she had sustained during this mission. This is just amazing, Mira uttered between pleasure, but then she suddenly heard something that shook her soul. Nite, Lucius uttered. Mira could feel a foreign power assault her senses as her magic was being suppressed. The pain she was feeling from the amulet's power was now turned to sheer pain. Ah! Mira screamed. Her face turned red and veins appeared in her eyes as she tried to fight against the power assaulting her. She looked at Lucius, who was creating runes in the air and forming spell constructs. Mira could see that the power that was assaulting her came from none other than from her lover, Lucius. Why? She yelled, while her heart broke into pieces. She had never expected him to betray her at this moment, not when she held the amulet in her hand. Because, my love, this is not the true power of the amulet. There is still one more seal to go, he said while continuing on his task. Mira finally understood that she was part of his plan all along. It was not his love or generosity because of which he had allowed her to obtain the amulet of the realm. No, rather, it was because he knew something more, something that he had kept from you all these years. The things that we went through, the memories we shared, do they mean nothing to you? Mira questioned with anger. I have always been honest with you. You've known what I am like, so why are you shocked now? She stated calmly. Mira only became enraged after hearing his answer. She knew what he had said was right. She had seen him sacrifice a companion, yet she thought that she would be the exception. Mira thought that his love made her the focal point, but that was utterly wrong. He had always been. Now that she recalled those events that they went through, conflicts, and how she used to make more time for him, sacrifice for him just so that he could progress, all of them were his machinations. While Mira was going through her memories, Lucius was busy making the new spell construct. Amulet of Baron would appear like a mundane-looking artifact as he had calculated. It needed to be processed once again with another true blood soul to make it show its true form. This was the final test that the ruins had for the seeker of the amulet. If the seeker took the amulet just like that, while he would get the power for a while, it would be limited by a great amount, and the curse of the amulet would also activate. To resolve all this, Lucius needed to sacrifice another person, and there was only one whose true name he knew, Mira, or Neat. She had in fact told him her true name herself a long time ago as a sign of trust. Lucius had asked her back then what she would do if he were to ever betray her. At that time, her answer made him laugh. If you would really betray me, I would just think it was worth it. Now, that was the very thing that was happening. He was sacrificing her what he felt worth. Lucius was nearly done with everything when the amulet finally started changing. From its plain circular form, it transformed into an inverted pentagram, its metallic form changing to a crystalline one, and the power coming from it increased as well. A red glow ignited in the amulet, and Lucius smiled upon seeing it. Finally, he muttered with relief. Mira was still stuck there, frozen in her position, as she looked at him, fighting her eyes. Lucius extended his hand to take the amulet from Mira's hand, but then, no, you are not getting this, not after all that we've been through, Mira said as she suddenly grasped his hand in a tight grip. Lucius was startled by this, as he had not expected her to be able to, not to mention her strong grip that was like a vice pressing upon a sheet of metal. Since you want this amulet for power that can make you the strongest in the world, I will take that away from you. Mira said, hatred dripping from her voice like the venom of a snake's fang. No! What are you doing? Lucius shouted, now feeling afraid. He didn't know why his spell constructs were not restraining her anymore. Even if the power of the amulet were less than its full potential, that was still enough to kill a few million people with ease, not to mention Lucius here alone. Where did I go wrong? What calculation was it? Lucius thought in his mind. When in the real world, Mira continues speaking. I, Nite, sacrifice Yor, my unborn, to the great demon Barom. In exchange, may the soul of Lucius be forever unable to gain power in this world.
Not gonna lie, this sounds fucked up.
It is.
Okay, so MC had a moment of what went wrong, dumb, like, dumb moment. And then after that, she's like, I have a baby, but this baby can go to hell now if you come to hell with me. That's, wow, super dark.
It is.
What are the reactions of people like here? Oh my god, the first comment here. Your only mistake was not using protection. That guy
Yeah.
deserves a medal. Definitely deserves a medal. Oh. So like, but did the main guy, did Lucius know that he had an unborn son?
Nah, he didn't know. Mira hid it from him.
That's like double blow. It's like all the regrets are coming through, kinda.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for the reading of Epic of the Demonic Sage. Does the chat have any questions? It's a Q&A session, so if you have questions right now, speak or forever hold your silence. And as for those
I'll
people,
hold it forever.
yeah. No, you can actually go to his Discord, stalk him, spam him, and yeah, why is the
Yeah,
chat?
you can.
The chat is currently okay. Are you a Japanese person? No, I'm not. I wish I was. Actually, I don't know if I want to be one. It's okay. Right, so if you guys have not added this book, I have the link in this stream's description. So you can add it into your library, read, and vote for him. Any other questions for the book, EODS? So yeah. At the same time, I'm also participating, so if you see in the links all the way at the bottom, that's mine. I think I'm participating with Monarch.
Check out our book, guys. It's pretty good.
You read it?
I read the first chapter when you showed it to me.
Ah, that one. I see.
Yeah.
I just recently got the contract. How about you? Do you have a contract for this
And
yet?
I'm still waiting on mine.
They
I'm
have
waiting patiently in the turn, not skipping it.
they have not like submit because on Thursday or something, like I heard there's mass production, not production, like processing of all these WSA
Yeah,
works.
yeah. It happens on Thursdays because that's when they start the notarizing works.
Ah,
So on Fridays, people get their contracts verified, and on Thursdays they're issued.
verified. You should verified as in the vetting.
No, no, no. Like after you submit your details and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever it's going to be when it's going to get verified, you will get a notification on a Friday.
Ah, I see. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. So have you like not hit up a CE and like, hey, where's this contract coming? No?
Oh yeah, I did talk to them. They just told us to wait because they're getting around 200 books per seat every day. So they have tons of work.
Like which CE did you go to? Don't mind.
I've talked to my own CE, JJ.
Ask JJ. Ah, okay, yeah. I guess JJ is a little bit stricter because I think I went to Bryce and I went to Roy. They both sent it like immediately that week itself.
Yeah, JJ is a little lenient too, but he's been pretty busy these days.
I can see all the CEs are like, do not disturb, do not disturb.
Yeah,
Let's see
yeah,
if,
they have too much work.
oh man.
And now that they had the vacation, they will be having a long backlog.
Ah, yes. And I think this is the month of May. They have more vacations coming up. So like one next week and one like 2 weeks
Yeah,
later, something like this. So yeah,
yeah. Basically, every vacation that you have, Aitsuji in Singapore, they will have to,
I
because they
know.
are in Singapore.
That's right. That's why I say it's like this month itself is a lot of vacations, but at the same time, a lot of vacations kind of means a lot of work for them as well. Because the TGIF
Yeah.
forms fall on a Thursday, so they might have to give that form earlier for
Oh
the
yeah. They
TGIFs.
do have some additional staff that I
Mm.
think process the TGIF,
Mm.
but I think C's are still needed for the approval.
Mm. Okay. I mean, I was told that I could apply for like the CE job, but then I kind of took a look at their job scope, took a look at what they're doing, and then after that I was like, nah, if I did that, I would have no life and no time to write my stuff. So I was like, no.
Yeah, that is well. If you are a C by default, you cannot write
Yeah, that's what
because
I
it
was
would be a
saying.
conflict of interest.
That's why. That's why I was like, yeah, I would just, continue writing with a web novel. But if people need help and if people want me to create content to like, teach them how to write web novels and stuff, this is the reason for live streams.
Yeah,
Mm. So experienced authors like yourselves can come on to like, give the newbies a little bit of a tip or two. It's like, hey, do this and don't do that.
yeah, that is true. I am also gonna do a seminar on cultivation anyway,
Okay,
so
you
people
you
can join there too.
You want to give like the link or something so that I can edit on the stream's description for those who are interested in
Oh,
joining.
okay. You can join the author friendship server, and we will basically be doing that sometime later in the third or fourth week of May.
Mm. Right, so you guys heard him. You guys heard him, so join. I will update the links and all later. So it's a Discord server. Do you guys stream or is it kind of like a voice chat kind of seminar?
There will be multiple things actually. First, the seminar will happen. It's in multiple segments. So there's a seminar segment and there's a podcast segment. So
Ooh,
it will also be recorded, so it will be available on Spotify, YouTube, and other things too later
wow,
on.
very nice. Okay, so
Because
for
we will be
those,
taking
mm-hmm.
Q&A, ask if people have questions about cultivation, what it is, and all. That's the part that I will be covering.
Mm,
There are multiple hosts for it. Nagillians would be the main one. I will just do the cultivation part.
mm. Hi, yeah, in the chat, that is the link. You guys can join. You guys can check it out. I will update this link later when the stream ends. I'm ending right now. So, for any of you who have questions right now, please let us know. Otherwise, we'll be wrapping this up. So, people have
Yep.
chapters to do. I think you have schoolwork or something.
No, I just
Class
have chapters right now.
chapters. Oh, how many do you need?
Five for today.
Ah,
Five is my default. Like five is my basic that I need.
5 chapters. One chapter is 1,000 words, or is it 2,000 words?
1,000 to 1,200 words.
So in one day you do approximately 7,000 words.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I used to do this, but after I got finger arthritis, no more. I can't.
Yeah.
Take care of
I already
fingers.
have calluses on my wrist from
Ah,
writing all the time.
damn. Take care, man. Take care. Really, really take
Yeah.
care. Oh, someone's calling Voidy Voidy in chat. Says nice voice.
Yeah. None
And
of my
they,
business.
it's none of my business. Okay, so with that, please add our books to your library, support us for the WSA competition, join the Discord server if you want to go for free seminars by experienced authors, and then subscribe to Aitsuji's very small YouTube channel for more of these kind of funsies. And we'll see you next time. Bye!